Okay guys, welcome back to Taste of Asia at Home. Last time I was a little pressed for time, so on the squid I did the appetizer version and with the sweet Thai chili sauce, but today I have more time. I'm going to show you the stir-fry version, which is one of my favorites. It's called Si Chu Yao Yu, which is stir-fried squid with black bean, garlic, and green onion. And you see this red pepper here is from my garden. This gives it a little bit of kick to it. So let me zoom in a little bit and then we'll get started. You see on the cutting board I have 1 tablespoon of the black beans, 1 teaspoon of the minced ginger and garlic mixture that's suspended in oil, and these are the black beans. Keep them in a Ziploc bag. And remember, I always keep them, some of these cut up scallions in a quart bag or a gallon bag and leave them in the fridge. So it's a time saver. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut up this this red pepper, and then the squid. I had a little bit of squid left from the appetizer version. And I went down to the Asian store this morning and I found some better squid. It's already cleaned and it's bigger, so I'll show you again how to cut that squid, like a refresher course on the cutting. I'm going to just cut this red pepper crosswise, and this will give the dish a nice color too. It'll be colorful with the red and the green onion, and it'll have a little bit of heat. The only thing we're going to use to season this is a little bit of thin soy sauce and sesame oil, because you don't want to overpower the fresh seafood case. And remember when I showed you the tip about the black beans? If you take the black beans and you put them in your hand, like so, and then you close your hand, if you hold your hand under the faucet in the sink, you'll rinse that salt off of the black beans. And then after you do that, you squeeze it. You squeeze your fist tight, and that squeezes out the water. And there you have your black beans. They're kind of like reconstitutes them, makes them a little bit softer. You don't want to mash them all up, because if you mash them up, it makes the dish, the color of the squid, too dark. So those are the ingredients except for the calamari. And this is what I found in the Asian store. They have these frozen like this, already cleaned, no tentacles, but it's $3.99 a pound. So let's get started on this. We're going to split it down the middle, but you don't want to go through the other side. And you're going to open it up. It still has the membrane in it, so you might have to clean it a little bit, but not nearly as bad as if you just have the whole squid. And what I'll do, I'll cut this in half, so it'll lay flat better. And remember, I showed you to hold your knife at an angle and make cuts about half to 1/4 of an inch. Don't go all the way down to the you don't want to cut through the squid. You just want to score it on one side and make a checkerboard pattern. Then flip it over 90 degrees and make the same cuts. With both pieces. After you do this a few times, you'll get the hang of it. The important thing is to have a sharp knife. And I have videos on that, how to sharpen the knife. And then it's always nice to have one of these sharpening steels so you can touch up your blade. That's it. So now I'm going to cut this into pieces. I'm going to do mine like 3. And in the fridge, this was a little bit of calamari or squid that I had left over from the appetizer dish, which has the tentacles on it. So I'm going to mix this together. What we're going to do is I'm going to rinse this off good, and then I'm going to flash fry it. Coat it with dry cornstarch, flash fry it, toss the oil off into another container, and then we're going to stir fry this dish and finish it. So stay tuned for that. Okay, now you can see that I have the squid draining in the wire mesh strainer here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in the camera a little bit. And then I'm going to take 1 heaping tablespoon, you see that, of the dry cornstarch and sprinkle it there. And then I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to mix it and coat it. Okay, now it's ready to go in the hot oil just for a few seconds before we stir fry it. So this will make the seasoning stick to it. That should do it. And I will pour that onto the plate. And then once you've done all this prep, you can put this back in the fridge and you can finish the dish, because it's only going to take a few minutes to finish it on the stir fry part. So that's the final step. Okay everybody, let's go ahead and finish off this dish. I have some oil. It's used oil that I wanted to get rid of anyway. It was in my little Fry Daddy, and it's been on the burner for a while, so it's hot and we're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put my squid in the oil. You can see I've got my handy skimmer here. And that's about it. Only takes a couple of seconds. And now you can see those the designs that you come up with. See that? That's what your cuts look like when it's cooked. Now I'm going to take this oil, and I have a little saucepan on this stove top, and I just pour my oil in here, and then I'll be ready to stir fry right away. I've left a little bit of oil in there. I can put a little bit more. Then push all my ingredients in there. Stir fry them around a little bit. Now I toss in my squid, my green onion, oh, this smells good. The garlic and the black beans. Now, a hint of sesame oil, thin soy sauce, and what I'm going to do is, I don't want to use too much soy sauce because it'll mess up the color of the squid. I'm going to add just a touch of salt. You can use you can practice your pow walk. You just turn it, and it flies up It's like almost like flipping a pancake. There you have it. That's how fast it is once you get it flash fried. A classic Chinese dish that you'll find in a lot of your Chinese restaurants. This is Siju Yao Yu. Very tasty and a little on the spicy side. I hope you've enjoyed this quick lesson. Cantonese food at your house. Thanks for watching.